Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right, it's Wednesday, new review day here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look in this episode at the third solo record from this very fine singer, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter. Her name is Rosalie Cunningham. The name of the album is To Shoot Another Day. Here she is. This is on Machine Elf Productions, distributed by Esoteric and Cherry Red Records. So you might be asking, who is Rosalie Cunningham? Well, she used to be the main person in the band Person, P-U-R-S-O-N, from a number of years ago. That was this cool kind of retro, occult, rock, psychedelic, stoner, pop, weird configuration band that she had back in the 2010s. They released a couple of albums and then that band broke up and she decided to go solo. This is her third solo record since the breakup of the band Person. Let's take a look at this here. So it's got a cool little digipack, lots of photos of Rosalie, of course, very attractive lady. Very talented too, I might add. She sings, plays guitar, keyboards, does a little bit of everything, right? Writer, producer, director, vocals, guitars, bass, keyboards, and percussion, along with Roscoe Wilson, co-producer and director, co-writer of some tracks, also plays some guitar, drums, and then supporting cast we got Raphael Mura on drums, David Woodcock, piano, Hammond organ, Ian East on some sax and clarinet, Itmar Rubinger, some drums, Barkley Woodcock, Bark on number 7, and Rick Sanders electric violin on one track. Produced, recorded, and mixed at Mushy Room Studio by Rosalie and Roscoe. Let's take a look at the little booklet here. Love that front cover, it's awesome. Lyrics, it's kind of, if it looks like movie or film themed, that's kind of how this album comes across. It sounds like show tunes or soundtrack to a film. As far as like the styles go on this album, it's a little bit of everything. Now, if you were a fan of Person, her old band, this is kind of a different beast. I really like that band. This is the first solo record of hers that I've heard. This has gotten lots of rave reviews all over the place, and I can kind of see why. It's a blending of like late 60s, early 70s psychedelic rock and pop. I emphasize the pop. Like Broadway show tunes. There's a little bit of like retro hard rock on here, just a tad. There's some little like big band jazz feeling on some tracks, and it sounds like an album from another era, and not 2024. I mean, she's got her feet in like 30s and 40s, like lounge jazz and swing music. She's got her feet in 60s psychedelia and pop with a little touch of 70s hard rock to throw in there, and it's fun, but at the same time, it's strange. 10 tracks on the album. If you buy the CD, you get 2 bonus tracks. I'm going to whip my whistle a little bit. Get 2 tracks, so it's roughly just under an hour, I think, with the bonus tracks. It's like 50 some odd minutes, 52 minutes, something like that. So with the bonus track, probably about 40, 45 minutes just with the 10 tracks, right? But then a couple extra minutes. Starts over the song, the title track, To Shoot Another Day, which a lot of people are saying sounds like theme to a old James Bond movie, or it sounds like it could be like a theme to a James Bond movie. I kind of don't get that, but maybe I'm just missing something. I'm not the biggest James Bond fan as far as the films go in the world, so maybe it's just not something I'm hearing, but I've seen that on like multiple places. It's a fun song. Timothy Martin's Conditioning School, that's one of my favorite tracks on the album. That's good, fun, psychedelic rock song, just groovy, and her vocals are amazing. To me, she sounds like a more and don't take this the wrong way, but a more polished, like Chrissie Hynde. Like there's a timbre and a tone that's very similar to Chrissy, but she sounds like more like she's coming from a different place, right? They sound a little bit the same, but Chrissy's coming from more of that kind of punk background, where Rosalie sounds like she's totally coming from psychedelia and pop from the 60s. So that's kind of what I get there. That's a really great song. Heavy Pencil is also cool. Good to Be Damned is so catchy. Again, some of this stuff is just, it kind of rocks in spots, but this is not like overall a rock album. What it is, I still haven't figured out. In the Shade of the Shadows, another kind of fun, trippy, poppy, psychedelic song. There's lots of Beatles flavors on here, like Beatles at their kind of quirky best, that sort of thing. The Smut Peddler is another one of my favorite tracks. That's a pretty good rocker. I kind of go for the rockers a little bit more. Denim Eyes is really laid back and just kind of dreamy and kind of folky, poppy. It's okay. Spook Racket, another good up-tempo song. Dig that one a lot. Stepped Out of Our Time is like, and the Premiere, again, goes back to like, there's like clarinet and sax permeate in a lot of this album, but it's more coming from like a much earlier time, if that makes any sense. So think like 30s and 40s. A lot of this stuff sounds like really old to me. And some of it's, like I said, is like kind of like, not quite film score, but like whimsical pop songs or psychedelic pop songs that would maybe be featured in a Broadway play or in a film, like a comedy film or something like that. And then the two bonus tracks, Return to the Ellington and Home, those are decent enough. Nothing much to speak of. Overall, I'm just not quite sure what I think of this album. There are moments that I like. There's songs and moments that I like quite a bit. Her vocals are outstanding. I just think that maybe this album is a little too eclectic for me. I don't know. I love the way she sings. She's really talented. There's great playing on the whole thing. I kind of get you guys familiar with the band Sparks? I kind of like Sparks too, but I've never like overly warmed up to them because their music is just so quirky and weird. That's kind of like what I get here. It's quirky, it's weird, it's pop, it's psych, it's rock, it's show tunes, it's a little bit of jazz. It's like all over the place, and it's a pleasant listen for sure. And like I said, her vocals are great. I just don't know how much I'm enjoying it as a whole. Like there's certain songs on here I like quite a bit. Like for me, Timothy Martin's Conditioning School is great. Spook Racket is great. The Smut Peddler is great. I liked Heavy Pencil. Good to Be Damned is good. To Shoot Another Day is fun. A lot of the rest of it, though, I just don't know if it works for me. But your mileage may vary, because I think this will appeal to a lot of people. Just be prepared that it's very eclectic, it's very different, and it's like stylistically all over the place. But it's really, really well done. It's great recording, right? And like I said, great playing. She plays some tasty guitars on here. Her vocals are outstanding. I just wish I was grooving to it a little bit more. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. But like I said, your mileage may vary. I'm going to drop the link to the Bandcamp page down below. I would highly recommend you give it a try, because like I said, I think this is kind of like one of those, it's just me type of thing. I think a lot of people will really, really like this a lot. Love her. She's great. But some of the stuff on this album, not really clicking with me. Give it a shot. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page, as well as the Sea of Tranquility membership options. Thank you all in advance for all of you who do support. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.